Today, I want to share with you some of the most powerful and transformative words ever spoken, the teachings of Jesus from the Gospel of Matthew. You know, it's fascinating how these ancient words still resonate so deeply with us today. Let's start with perhaps the most famous sermon ever given, the Sermon on the Mount. Imagine being there on that hillside among thousands of people, hearing Jesus say, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." These words turned the world's values upside down. Instead of celebrating power and wealth, Jesus elevated humility and spiritual hunger. Then there's one of my favorite passages where Jesus says, "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself." In our anxiety-filled world, isn't that just what we need to hear? He reminds us that if God cares for the birds of the air and the flowers of the field, how much more will He care for us? And who can forget His revolutionary teaching about love? Love your enemies, pray for those who persecute you. Just think about that for a moment. While the world says to get even, Jesus calls us to a higher path, one of radical forgiveness and unconditional love. Here's something that always stops me in my tracks. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. It's like Jesus is holding up a mirror, asking us to examine what we truly value in life. One of the most challenging things Jesus said was, "Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye?" Ouch, right? But it's such a powerful reminder about self-reflection and not being quick to judge others. And when it comes to service, Jesus flipped the script entirely. The greatest among you will be your servant. In a world obsessed with status and influence, these words still challenge our perspective today. These teachings aren't just nice sayings. They're invitations to a completely different way of living. They challenge us to love more deeply, forgive more freely, and live more authentically. Whether you're religious or not, there's profound wisdom in these words that can transform how we treat others and approach life. Remember, Jesus didn't just preach these words, He lived them. And maybe that's why, after 2,000 years, they still have the power to change hearts and minds today.